Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me. Reviewing Married at First Sight, Australia, Season 12, Episodes 5 and 6. I totally forgot that episodes air on Sundays. Typically, I would have an individual video on Sundays. It's just, listen, time escaped me. The brain fog is brain fogging. But we're here now. So before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So we meet the last two couples to get married. The first couple is Tony and Morena. Tony, if I'm not mistaken, from his cast reveal, he's been married twice before. Now in the show, they're making it seem like he's only been married once before and he was really young and it just didn't work out. But I'm pretty sure this would be his third marriage, not his second. But anyways, he's looking for somebody who's young at heart, and he's partnered up with Morena, who is a fitness instructor. She's a DJ. She was previously in a 29-year marriage, and it was loveless. So the last 7 years, she's been rediscovering herself, which is why she's doing all of these like new and exciting things. So she is from an Italian family. He's from a Macedonian family, and so they have a very vibrant wedding.
We shave him, we prepare him for his big day. What are we drinking? Hey. We call it rakia.
My dress means everything to me.
My ex would never have allowed me this dress.
It's gorgeous. Wow, man.
Hi.
Well, she was smiling. I couldn't stop smiling.
Those eyes, the way he looked at me. Wow.
The beauty of a woman is not in the clothes she wears. The beauty of a woman is seen in her eyes. That is the doorway to her heart. I promise to consistently evolve with you, and most importantly, to promise to always make you smile. You have a beautiful smile.
Thank you. So do you. So do you.
I promise you'll always walk in front of me and fear nothing, because you'll know exactly who is walking behind you. And I know if my parents were here today, they'd welcome you with open arms.
From my mum and dad and from my family, from everybody that you see there, this is all my family.
That's really sweet. Thank you.
I can see why Tony has been married twice before. Those vows. I was like, is this ChatGPT or did you really write this? It was so good. I would have been weak in the knees. And that was a generic thing. I mean, he did add a little bit of personal touch as he was going, because now he knows who he's talking to. But I was like, even for something generic, that was so beautiful. Oh, I was moved. I truly was. So I want to root for them, because I feel like their energies match. I think they both do seem so receptive to the process, even though sometimes the older couples seem to be stuck in their ways. But again, the older couples, they crash and burn. They start off good, and by week 4 or 5, they crash and burn, and none of them are successful. So I'm hoping this is the first successful, like, mature pairing on Married at First Sight, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure. We fast forward to the honeymoon, not the honeymoon, sorry, to the reception. There is a cousin. The cousin's name is Steven. If you're new here, then you don't know the reputation that Stevens have on this channel. I have yet to meet a Steven on any of these damn shows that's worth talking about in a positive light, because all the Stevens are weird.
It's not the sort of woman that he usually dates. I think there needs to be chemistry and sexuality involved right from the beginning. You know, he's got beautiful natural teeth, and he's tan. He still looks very, very good. And I think he would look very charismatic with a younger woman. Somebody potentially 10 years younger than him. The thing is, you're aging gracefully. 57? Holy moly, that's old. Is she 57? No, she's a lovely lady. I think she should have been 40.
So I know that Steven is his cousin, but like, how far cousins are they? Because it's given Steven is looking for Tony. I don't know. Like, it's one thing to rate your family member. It's another thing to be like, no, but he doesn't deserve this. He deserves somebody better. And like, he's so good looking, and look at him. He's aging like fine wine, and he's just so perfect, and he deserves this. It's giving Steven is checking for Tony. I'm quite confused. Tony is pushing back, and he's like, no, I think she's great. I think she's so exciting. I think she's so beautiful. Like, I'm very taken by her. And Steven is just not accepting this. He's like, I've seen you before. I know what you like. She's too old. She's not attractive enough. It was so weird. So I was thinking, Either Steven, weirdly enough, is checking for Tony. Obviously, Steven is probably looking for his 5 minutes of fame. Or Steven is exposing his own problematic thoughts about relationships and things. You must be with somebody who's drop dead gorgeous. You must be with a younger person, even though you're up there in age. You must be like, I don't know. So either Steven is exposing himself, is exposing the both of them. It was kind of weird. The reception overall was good, barring Steven. Morena's kids made a speech, and it was really, really, really nice. It seems like both families have embraced each other, barring Steve again, have embraced each other fully. They think that they're on level playing field, honestly. And I think so too. I think this is one of the better matches when it comes to the producers. It's up to them if they're going to really like dive in head first. I think, like I said earlier, the older couples, they start great, but when you start peeling back the layers and you look at like the fundamental things that the other person is not willing to change, they often start to butt heads because there's so many things where it's like, no, but I do things this way and I'm not willing to change, or I've never been told this from somebody, so I'm not going to accept it from you because I don't even know you. Just so many things that could be worked through, and it's easier to work through with like a younger couple. It tends to be more of an issue with a more mature couple. But yeah, I'm rooting for everybody involved, barring Steven. The last couple to get married, honestly, I cannot even be bothered by this couple. I do not care. I don't know why they're on the show. Their acting chops are abysmal, just horrible. But anyways, we have Jackie. Jackie is a perfectionist. She feels like she is the top tier woman. She's an upper echelon type of madam. It's the delusion for me. Her partner, Ryan, equally delusional. He thinks that he's an amalgamation of a philosopher, a warrior, and a poet. I don't know what's up with these couples. I don't know. They're just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't know. But anyways, they're both walking into this ceremony wanting somebody who's extremely intelligent, very attractive. One person got what they wanted. The other person did not.
My people.
Handsome man.
Hey, well,
His friends look like bad news, especially the one with the tattoo behind his head. Thank God he's not standing up there.
great to finally meet you.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed he's not blonde.
Wow. How is this woman single? Wow. Not bad, eh?
Could tell just by looking in her eyes. I felt so much genuine desire to be here.
Congratulations, Ryan. As my friends would say, you hit the jackpot. I'm highly educated, intelligent, hardworking. I'm a corporate professional. I can surf, ski, mountain bike, run around a netball court. Brutally honest when I feel like there's something that could make you a better man.
Absolutely delusional, the both of them. Just delusional. This man was like, oh, I don't fear anything but sharks. Who needs insecurities? Like, whenever I have worked on myself, like, I'm just the best, the best, the best. She believes the same thing. And I'm thinking, if you were so great, if you were so high value, why are we watching you right now? The show we should be watching is people vying for your love and affection because you are just so amazing. But instead, you had to reach out to people you don't even know, to match you with somebody that you don't even know, to go into a marriage. But you're just so great. You're just so perfect. You're so amazing. Okay. So Jackie has an issue with Ryan's vows. She feels like they're just too generic and nothing he said was personable enough. Well, yeah, you don't know him. He don't know you. Obviously. And then she reads her vows and it's all about like all her accolades, how amazing she is, how privileged he should feel now that he's partnered up with her, and all the things that he could do to make sure that he does right by her. And it was just a list of like, look at how great I am. You should be happy to be with me. Congratulations to you. You're welcome. It was so weird. So weird. And then things get even weirder because at the photo session thing, she was really cold and she was upset at the fact that he didn't give her jacket because in her vows, she said, if I'm cold, you need to give me your jacket. And it's like, well, what if he was cold too? Well, turns out nothing bothers Ryan, not even the elements. He's like, I wasn't even cold. oh, nothing bothered me. And so she asked him a few times, hey, like, give me your jacket. Eventually he does it. And he's like, look, I even gave her my jacket. Like, I'm the perfect guy. I can't with this couple. Like, I can't. Producers, please. Like, we asked for drama, but this is too much. And it gets even worse. Did I say guts or gets? Whatever. It gets even worse because at the reception, this girl is finding so many issues. And basically, it's looking like Ryan has just dropped the ball when it comes to this relationship, among other things.
She thinks I'm really impressive. Yeah, it's very shared chemistry at this point.
Yeah, there is like so many shit men out there. I don't want to be the one taking the lead. And it's hurtful when I have to do it.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have a Kelpie cross Staffy, but yeah, I found her after a year of searching.
It's kind of a concern. I don't really like staffies. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah.
I need to have a discussion with production. I don't feel that she needs to be ridiculed like that. It's more about her than anything.
Jackie's perfectly fine.
I have nothing more to say with this couple. I'm so glad we didn't get to see their honeymoon because I don't care. I truly do not care. She's delusional. He's even more delusional. He feels emasculated since he feels emasculated because he dropped the girl and he's like, a man is supposed to protect and I couldn't protect her. I thought nothing bothered you. Why are you upset? Talking about, I hope this doesn't get aired on the show. Oh, they're going to run it. They're going to rinse it. I'm sure they're going to flash back 50 times throughout this season. I can't be bothered with this couple. Another person I can't be bothered by, Elliot. Elliot, as we know, believes he has nothing to learn in this experiment. If anything, he can... Oh, did my lights... Okay, well. See, even my lights are over it. He feels like he could actually teach the experts a thing or two. So, of course, when he requests to speak to, I think his name is John, he comes in very combative.
Well, Elliot, this is highly unusual. Like, I feel like I stayed for longer than I really should have. I was expecting to meet a cute, sort of librarian-like girl that was younger than me, under 30. That's something that kind of works. She had trouble running from one side of the tennis court to the other. I ended up with what felt like a Kardashian sister. I would never apologise for having high standards.
You're single and 35 and you're asking us to help you match someone. You're going to keep repeating your toxic pattern.
I disagree with everything you just said.
I know you do.
Of course we know this is just for show, right? However, there are people in this world who have the mentality of Elliot and Jackie and Ryan. Just absolute delusion. If you were as great as you believe, why are you here? Why are you here? I don't. Why are we seeing you? We should see articles about you being the most amazing catch there is known to man. Why are you here? So he thinks that the experts did him dirty because he asked for all these things and he obviously didn't get that. It doesn't look like he's willing to go back into the experiment, which is fine with me. I'm wondering why the producers are even stringing along this storyline to begin with. But yeah, Elliot is being very difficult on purpose, but because they didn't address him leaving the experiment, we're obviously going to see him again in some form or fashion. So it's time for the cocktail party, and Katie is the first of the brides to walk in by herself. Immediately she starts telling the girls what happened, and the girls are obviously getting very protective over her.
He didn't have a spark and he wanted to know if he should leave or not. So
Are you joking?
short.
Oh, don't. He hasn't even given her a shot. He hasn't even got to know her as a person first.
Blonde or brunette. I don't want it. I genuinely don't want him to get like bitten or attacked or...
It'd be great to see Katie put in that effort tonight.
He didn't go straight to her.
Yeah, that would have been better.
That would have been the move.
Appreciate you getting up. I was worried what I was walking into.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of person.
Like I said in the previous review, Tim, why the hell would you say the quiet part out loud? Why would you say the quiet part out loud? I don't think there's an issue with having a preference. Your preference is your preference. But to say that you have a preference to the person you're partnered with who very clearly does not match that preference, what is the reason? What is the point of that? It is so unnecessary. It's so hurtful. Like there's no need. Unless you know this person like just has that kind of banter where it's like, oh, let me tell you what I actually like. And I was like, really? Because let me tell you what I like. But obviously that's not the case. And you don't know this girl. So it's not even worth the risk to see if that would be the case. Like just shut your mouth. Femme la bouche. Is he the French one? Whoever's the French one, femme la bouche. Oh my gosh. Shut up. Furthermore, it is so juvenile to me to be fixated on things that are so superficial, like height. Hold on. Because I'm one of those girls who, if you're shorter than me, I am going to have a problem. But to be fixated on things like height and hair color when they quite literally have nothing to do with like compatibility and things like that. I think when it comes to physique, and I don't mean like curvy versus slim, like that's comes to shape, but I mean like a larger woman versus a petite woman. One could argue, and this is coming from a big girl, one could argue that vitality, health, lifestyle, whatever, that could play a part in all of that. So, okay. Height. Whether she's 5'2" or 5'11", it ain't gonna change nothing about nothing. Is she not shorter than him? She's not towering over him, so irrelevant. Hair color. Y'all know how I feel about hair color. Y'all know, and I'm still asking one of y'all who watch my videos who is this color to explain to me what is with the fixation on hair color. I don't understand it. It will never make sense. It just will never make sense. So the fact that he's just so stuck on things that are extremely superficial is very juvenile, but that is only the beginning when it comes to Tim. So Lauren then arrives by herself. Everybody acknowledges the fact that Elliot is not there at the cocktail party. By the time the dinner party comes, he is still not there. So Lauren is opening up about how her honeymoon went, or basically didn't go. And Tim has the audacity to chime in.
What is happening?
And packed his bag the second.
You don't even know.
No, he left on day 2.
We laughed a lot.
He wanted someone who was 25. He wanted 5 children.
That's such a weird thing to say. In front of kids is like, you can't just be far.
You know, if he didn't get exactly what he wanted, that he was going to leave.
No, we're not looking that bad.
Oh, compared to Elliot, I'm actually not that bad.
Sounds like you dodged a bullet then.
Not too much, Tim. Not too much. This is not the time to laugh and judge other men who are throwing tantrums over not getting what they wanted in this experiment, because here you are. You should be looking at the man in the mirror and asking him to change his ways. Okay. What? I know you're not talking. He's out here being like, this is the most comical thing he's ever heard in life. I'm thinking that's rich coming from you. Very rich coming from you. So then the table realizes, okay, we heard something about Tim, but Tim is laughing at Elliot. So let's ask Tim, okay, well, how are things going? Hey. Tim has a completely different recollection of how things went down.
I feel like you've got to air what actually happened with us.
All I would say is,
I feel like I've been the one making most of the effort. But that's...
Are you serious? He's the one that's pushed me away from day 1.
I said that I didn't have that spark, so there's...
It's a lot more complex than just saying it's not a spark.
Well, we have totally different interests.
I don't know, what else did I say?
About your type.
Okay, I'm just going to shut up.
I don't approach stuff like, and let's have the whole table listen. That's not me. Roles reversing all the boys, I would have told them to back off.
So one of you guys in the comments said that Tim had wiped his social media. He refuses to do any podcasts because he doesn't want to jeopardize his personal life, his work life, all that stuff. After you guys said that, I opened TikTok and I saw that exact story and I said, it's real. And I could see why. I can see why he wants no association with this show whatsoever. Baby, whether or not you're on TV, whether or not you're on the internet, we're seeing you on TV. And they're going to see you in person. The reputation is going to follow you whether or not you acknowledge it. Like, sorry, it is what it is. You went on the show. You gave the creative liberty to the producers. They're going to do whatever they want to do with your story. And here we are now. This man is making it seem like he put in so much work. And it is Katie who is being difficult, you know? All he said was there wasn't a spark. Crucify him. God forbid he say there's no spark. It can't be that bad. Well, if you left it there, it wouldn't have been that bad. I actually don't have a problem with him expressing the fact that there isn't a spark. Katie felt like it was a cop-out, but respectfully, you can read between the lines. You know what he's saying by there's no spark. I think that's enough. But he added insult to injury and then depicted what his ideal type would be. And on top of that, whenever Katie would try to connect with him, he would either stonewall her or make such unnecessary comments. He would say things like, remember when their honeymoon room didn't have a wall? He was like, oh, I'm gonna have to close my eyes or close the blinds or something like that. And she also mentioned like running outside like naked or something like that. And again, he was like, oh, I'll have to close the blinds or what. Like, so unnecessary. Like, some couples that could be banter, but coming from Tim, you know it's not banter. When you couple all those things together, yeah, what you said was bad. What you said wasn't just, you know what, I'm unfortunately not feeling it. I might give it a go the more time that we have in here, but you know, the initial attraction is just not there for me. You're well within your rights to say that, to feel that, to think that, whatever. The everything else made it so much worse than it needed to be. So the fact that this man is spinning the narrative, making it seem like he's just tried so hard. He has tried so hard. He's put in all that he can. And it's Katie who's not giving him a chance. Please. Okay? So Jamie is noticing, wait now, this story doesn't sound correct. Based on what I heard and based on this man deflecting every time he's being asked, clearly something in the milk ain't clean. And so she's like, does anybody else see this or is it just me?
I hate how she's sitting there feeling shit about herself. I feel like the whole freaking script is being flipped. Just a freaking gaslighting move, bro. Like, that's just, what is this? And I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
She just let me cop it. She was egging it on.
I want to know about your story.
No, tell me about you guys. You've got a great man.
Oh, I know I do, yeah. We're very blessed. We're talking about you and Katie.
No, we're still talking about you guys.
I want to know about this and this or not. No.
Eventually, the other couples chime in, and I'm glad they did because it was like, bro, you see Katie is obviously a shell of a woman at this point. You see that Tim doesn't want to accept any accountability for anything that happened in their relationship. Like, have her back. And speaking of have her back, oh my gosh. Why did Tim make a comment saying he thought that Katie would protect him more at the table and she didn't expect like her to just let him be eaten by the wolves and stuff like that? And I'm thinking maybe if you handled things differently behind closed doors, you would have had that consideration from Katie. But you didn't want to pay her no mind when it was the two of you. Why should she not protect you in the presence of other people? No, absolutely not. No. So anyways, he's being fed to the wolves, basically. I think these people could have gone so much harder. I wish Jamie had at least one person backing her because she was the only one willing to really call Tim out. And Tim, he's there just dumbfounded. He's just like, what? And while this is happening, Katie started to backpedal. And this royally pissed me off because she's like, you know what? I did come here to learn more about relationships and maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I just don't understand what... God forbid. You know what? I've been there before. I'm not even going to act like this is something I've never seen, even within myself. There have been people where I knew without a shadow of a doubt they were in the wrong. So it hurt me to see her backpedal. I'm like, girl, you know what's been going on. You saw it with your own two eyes. You called it out. You read the situation completely correct. Don't now backpedal because this man has the gumption to spin this narrative into something it never was. How rich of you, Tim? How rich? But anyways, Lauren stands up. She addresses the room. She says, hey guys, Obviously, my husband is not here. It's likely that this will be the last time that I'm at a dinner party. So it was nice meeting everyone. I'm glad that I got to connect with new people, whatever. It's interesting to see this side of Lauren, because at the hens party, she definitely was giving more like, oh, I'm going to be the problem of the group. I don't like girls who are too outspoken. I don't like girls who aren't like prim and proper, and I'm gonna whatever. But because now she's in a disadvantaged position, she kind of just has to be like the humble person. So yeah, I would have liked to see more of Lauren. I wanted to see that feisty Lauren. I wanted to see what arguments she was going to pick with people. But who knows? The fact that they're not addressing whether or not Elliot is gone for good, it probably means that he's still in the experiment in some form or fashion. So maybe Lauren will still be here as well. We will see. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.